Fragrances are subjective, and guess what? They're not always for everyone. You know, we all have different tastes. We all have certain different things that we look for in our fragrances. But I do want to make a video going over 10 fragrances that I believe everyone should try at least one time. Like, bear with me here. Just try these once. Just try these once, and you may be surprised at how much you'll end up liking them. Even if you look some of these up, you look at the note breakdown and you think, doesn't look like it's for me. I'll pass on it. I can't tell you how many times I've done the same thing. Then maybe a year or two later, I go and try that fragrance and I love it. Like, it's mind-blowing how often that's happened. And I want to make this video because I've put off a lot of these fragrances for a while. And now that I have them, I love them. And, you know, maybe if you guys try some of these one time, it'll change your mind on it, or at least it'll help solidify, yo, I actually do like this fragrance, or yeah, I was right, it wasn't for me. You know, regardless of which way it goes, I'm hoping this helps you out. I'm hoping that this can help expand at least some of your taste a little bit. If I can help you discover at least one new fragrance that you like that you didn't think you were gonna like, that's enough for me, because that's, you know, really my goal here. I've discovered so many fragrances that I never thought I would like, and I want to help you do the same. So enough talking, let's go and jump right into this video. Starting off with the first fragrance, we have Yves Saint Laurent M7 Oud Absolu. So this is one of my new discoveries, and what would you know, this is a fragrance that I've heard about and that I've looked at on Fragrantica time and time again. I can't tell you how many times I would stumble across this one. I would look at the notes, I would read a few reviews, and I would consider it, and then I would just go on to the next one and forget about it for a while. So many times, seen it mentioned in other videos and other people wearing it and stuff, I just never got around to it. Here recently I ended up picking up a bottle because I do believe this one is actually getting discontinued. It is still available, but it is getting tricky. So I would get in there and try this one now before it's too late. Pick up a bottle before it's too late. I purchased this bottle. Once I got it in, I liked it so much that I bought another one. So this is a fragrance that I really do enjoy. It's a designer oud fragrance. This was created when Tom Ford was the creative director for Yves Saint Laurent, like the original M7 Oud Absolu back in the day. This is obviously the La Collection version, which is, you know, been reformulated and all that good stuff. I have no experience with the original. I can just talk about this one, but I mean, Tom Ford is a genius. The perfumer behind this one is a genius. I mean, this fragrance is incredible. If you like oud, if you like patchouli, you're gonna love this fragrance. Really, really nice stuff. I'm gonna be doing a full review on it because it's one that I really, really enjoy. It's Yves Saint Laurent M7 Oud Absolu. Just give this one a shot, just one time. I have a feeling a lot of you are gonna love it. Moving up next, we have Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette. So this is another one that I would see mentioned in office fragrance videos and all sorts of stuff like that. And I would just, you know, I would look at the notes and I would think, you know, probably not going to be my thing. And on I went. And, you know, eventually I ended up getting my nose on it and I bought the whole line. I bought the Parfum, I bought the Eau Très Fraîche, I bought Eau Intense Vetiver, pretty much all of them because I like it. I really like this DNA. It's something masculine, it's something strong and assertive, and it's really a nice scent. If you like vetiver, if you like woods, if you like orange, you're gonna like this scent. Will it be for everyone? No. That's why I'm putting it here in the video, because most of these, or at least a lot of these, probably aren't gonna be for everyone, but I do think that just about everyone should just give this one a shot, just one time. See if you like it, see if you hate it, whatever the case may be. You know, I think it can go both ways. A lot of people try this one and love it. A lot of people try this one and not so much. Next we have Creed Viking. This one got absolutely dragged when it first came out. And do I understand why? Yes, to an extent I do. I get it. I mean, you know, this was the first men's fragrance release after Aventus. And, you know, seeing how the bottle looks, kind of has that wrapping with this thing right here. It looks kind of like an Aventus bottle. So people had really high hopes. A lot of people got it, and they were comparing it to Old Spice. Do I get the comparison? I do. I do get the Old Spice comparison. I'm not going to lie to you on that front, but it's more than Old Spice. It's got like a old school, mature type of smell, but with a modern twist. And my girlfriend actually just smelled this before I did the video, and she basically said the same thing on her own. She said it smells like kind of mature and old school, but not all the way. And I completely agree. It's like old school meets modern, and you will find that quite a few fragrance brands are doing that here recently, and you know, the ones that can pull it off ends up making a great fragrance. Highly recommend you check this one out. Yes, it's going to be a bit more expensive. It's one that a lot of you guys could really end up loving, and this could easily be a signature scent for those of you who would want to do that sort of thing. Or of course, it could be a special occasion type of scent, whatever you want it to be. Moving up next, we have John Varvatos Artisan Pure. Really enjoy this summer fragrance. This is one that when I first tried it, I wasn't all that crazy about, but then, you know, here a couple years later, I've recently come back to it. I purchased a full bottle and I love it. Really something different, and that's kind of what you would expect from John Varvatos for the most part. They make some really nice, high quality fragrances at an affordable price, like $30. Come on, that's a steal. I believe this one actually is around $40, so it's a little bit more expensive than some of the others. It will be linked down below along with all these other ones. About $40 you're going to be looking at for this one, but still worth every bit of $40, 100%. Great scent for summertime. It's John Varvatos Artisan Pure. Moving up next, we have Givenchy Gentlemen EDP. This, in my opinion, is one of the most wearable iris fragrances for men. So if you are someone who hasn't really experienced iris as a note yet in men's fragrances and you're wanting to test the waters a bit, you don't want to spend a bunch of money on Dior Homme Intense or anything like that, but you want to know, hey, am I going to like iris or not? You could dip your toes into this one and give it a shot. You're going to be paying about $50 for these bottles, which is pretty reasonable. Givenchy makes great fragrances. They're great quality. This one is really nice, and it's going to give you kind of an idea of what iris smells like. Now, iris is pretty prominent in this one, but you also get a very prominent vanilla note. So this one is going to be more mass-pleasing, more mainstream than some of the other iris-based fragrances out there, which I think is perfect. You got to try this one out. Just give it a shot, and a lot of you, I'm sure, are going to really enjoy it. And if you do, then that kind of will tell you if you're going to fare well with a lot of the other iris fragrances. So I would say if you haven't tried this and you haven't tried iris yet, you can start out with this one, and it's going to give you a pretty good idea. I know a lot of you guys will really enjoy this one if you haven't tried it already. Moving up next, we have Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime, Rose, Ginger, some other nice notes. Those are really the only two I can ever remember from this fragrance. But the reason why this one's in the list is because of those two notes, well, mainly because of the rose. For me personally, I'm not a huge fan of rose in men's fragrances. It has to be done right for me to like it. There's a few out there that I do. This is one of them. I love this fragrance, and I really like the rose note in this, which is something that I never really thought I would say. So I'm putting this in here because some of you guys may be in the same boat. You may see the note of rose, and you may instantly just be like, nope, I don't want to try it. And I was in the same boat. Come to find out, when it's done the right way, I love it. And in this case, for me, it is. So if you get your nose on this one and you try it at least one time, you may find out that you like rose in certain fragrances if they do it right. And in my opinion, they did it right in this one. And of course, doing it right, quote unquote, all subjective as well. Whether you like a more powdery rose or a more fresh, masculine rose, whatever, that's all personal preference. For me, I like it to be more fresh, more kind of masculine. I don't want something that smells like a grandma, so to speak. Of course, everyone's going to be different. But for me, this kind of taught me what type of rose I like in fragrances and how it's blended. So this could do the same for you. So you remember when I was talking about Creed Viking and how that's kind of vintage or old school meets modern? Here's another one that I think is great that follows the same path. That's Tom Ford Beau de Jour in the new Signature collection. Amazing fragrance. It's a barbershop fragrance, but with a modern twist. And that, in my opinion, is genius. I love this fragrance. This is another one that, I've been wearing a lot lately. I can't kind of keep myself away from it. I love the Signature version. I also love the private blend version. They're both great. In my opinion, get whichever one is most affordable, which is probably going to be this one because you can get 100 ml bottles for about the same price as a 50 ml, give or take. It might depend. As this one gets older and it's been on discounters more, that price should come down, and I believe the price on the private blend is going to go up. So cost-wise, I believe this is going to be your better option. Right now, I could be wrong. It could be all over the place, but I do recommend you get your nose on this fragrance. Give it a shot one time, and see if you like it. Because for me, barbershop fragrances, it took me a long time to get into them, and now that I have, it's an addiction. I love my barbershop fragrances. I've purchased a number of them, as you guys have seen on the channel. They're some of my favorite fragrances to wear. This one is no exception either. You got to give this one a shot. Tom Ford Beau de Jour. Up next we have Dior Eau Sauvage Cologne. This one is incredible. If you like nice, effervescent, bright citrus, you're going to love this fragrance. Now, the original Eau Sauvage is going to be considered a classic, and some of you guys may be put off by that. You don't want to smell old school or whatever, but this fragrance kind of has that Eau Sauvage DNA, but with even more emphasis on this nice citrus and petitgrain. It smells breathtakingly good. That opening is incredible. Dior really does citrus really, really well. We've seen it with Dior Homme Cologne. We see it with Eau Sauvage Cologne as well. We've seen it with a number of other ones as well, but this one is mesmerizingly good. That opening is incredible. It's perfect for the high summer heat. Give this one a shot one time. Just try it for me, okay? Dior's Eau Sauvage Cologne. Second to last fragrance we have Spicebomb Extreme. That tobacco and vanilla and spiciness in this fragrance is killer. Now, this one, the reason why I'm putting this one in the list is because of its price mainly. I know for the most part, a lot of you guys will probably like this one, and a lot of you probably have it on your radar to try because it does get talked about a lot. The thing that was holding me back was, like I mentioned, the price. Even at discounters, you're going to be looking at over $100 for a bottle of this one. It's a tough price to kind of let settle in your mind. Like over $100 for a designer, you know, I get it. It sucks, but it is an amazing scent. You get amazing quality, really nice performance, and an incredible scent DNA for wintertime. Guys, check this one out. Give it a shot. And save your money for it because it's worth it. Last fragrance we have in this list, Lacoste Alone. This one is awesome. Nice sweet orange, citrus, kind of woody fragrance. It smells great. I really, really like this scent. It's something different, and that's what I like so much about it. It's one that I put off for a long time. Done a review on it. You can check it out. I featured it in a couple other videos. For spring and summer, it's a must-have. It's very affordable as well. You could spray it heavy and not have to worry about it. Lacoste Alone, you got to give this one a shot. So guys, that's going to do for me. That was 10 fragrances that I believe you should try at least once. I mean, you got to give these a shot. Give them a try, and you're probably not going to regret it. So that's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, all these will be linked down below in the description, so you can check them out there. I'll see you tomorrow night with another one.